If you've been looking to start a Soviet army in Conflikt 47, you probably noticed something. The starter set is just gone. So what actually happened, and are they coming back? I even reached out to Warlord Games to see what's going on. They did share a few interesting details. This is Watchfire Hobbies, so let's settle in and figure this out. So the Soviet army set that was announced contained one Soviet block platoon commander, 3 Ursus infantry, 3 Ursus infantry with mauls, 5 Moraz Gul, 1 Mola medium walker, and 1 T-34 ZP medium tank. This is very similar to all the other starter sets that came out. Resin, with this exclusive model. So let's talk about what happened. In November of 2025, Warlord announced they were pulling the army set. This was due to a few key components that simply could not be produced in quantity using either of their resin methods. The Ursus models seem to be the main issue. Pre-orders were filled with 3D printed replacements in March. If not, they were just simply refunded. So you cannot currently get this army set on any store shelves as no other orders were sent out. So now we know that Warlord really wants an army set for each faction, which makes sense, as it is the quickest way to get any faction started. So we'll take a look at this roadmap and really see what they're looking to do. You can see we're currently in Q2 of 2026, and the Ursus are coming out. They're on pre-order currently, which means they're going to be available come June. These are going to be plastic models. Then, next quarter, we have some Soviet block infantry and the plastic Molat. Now, if you look all the way to Q4, they're saying there's possible updated starter set, which I'm assuming with all the releases between the Soviets and the British, it's going to be starter sets that are going to be in plastic. I mean, that just makes sense to me. So like I said, I did reach out to Warlord Games and asked them point blank what is going on with the Soviet starter set. For what Warlord Games shared, the Soviet starter set isn't gone. They're getting the new support, which includes the plastic kits, the Ursus, and the Soviet infantry. They also mentioned the possibility of the revamped starter armies later this year, which means the Soviet army set could return in a very different form. So what if you really wanted to start the Soviet army? I mean, right now, it would make sense to wait until at least until June with the new plastic kits coming out, and then the future possible starter set in Q4. But let's look right now what we could build to make a very comparable starter set as the missing one. So for mine, I decided to start with the Commissar Gregory Drugov as a replacement to the platoon commander. The platoon commander is not released separately at this time. So this kind of gives you that unique character, and he's bundled with 2 Ursus. I would then recommend picking up both the plastic Ursus with mauls and the ones without, or if you just get the Ursus platoon bundle, that comes with 2 sets of them. The medium tank and Siberian terror squads are currently available in the web store. Then the Molat is currently available in resin, but it is getting updated in Q3, so do keep that in mind. The Soviet army set is coming back later this year, and we've created a quasi-replacement army for those who can't wait in the meantime. For me, personally, I feel like the Soviet army I want to build should just be masses of troops in those big Walker tanks. And as I have dug deeper into the tactics of Konflikt 47, I think there's a way to make normal Soviet soldiers frighteningly effective in close combat. So I will be waiting to see what the updated Soviet infantry is. I'm hoping it's Siberian Terror Squad. I really like those models. Again, not really, that's my personal preference. But Currently, I'm going to build up my British Commonwealth Canadian force. And once we figure out exactly what's coming up with the Soviets and maybe what that new Soviet starter set contains, I might look into getting that. But thank you for spending some hobby time with me today. And until next time, enjoy your hobby.